I rise to speak on Amendment 469, and I've listened with great care to the persuasive argument presented by my noble friend Baroness Chakrabarty, and also by, I think I can refer to Baroness Butler as also a noble friend. And, my lords, I've also been briefed by Justice, a body that I have the highest respect for, and indeed I've been a member of Justice. I think I joined in 1964, so I've been a member of Justice for up to 60 years. And, my lords, I accept the widespread view in other countries that the age for findings of criminality should be 14 years, which is, of course, the proposition in Amendment 469. I accept also, my lords, that Scotland has recently raised the age of criminality from 8 years to 12 years. My lords, I think we should also take into account the alarming increase in crime being committed by young children going down to the age of 9 years and even lower. I read, for example, from the Home Office statistics, which records that in 2024, 9,544 offences are recorded by children aged 9 or younger. My lords, this is a rise of 30% on the 7,370 under 10 crimes recorded in 1019. That's before the academic, and an 18% rise on the total for 2022 of 8,064. My lords, they range with an alarming rate over crimes concerning rape, arson, and this is for 9-year-olds, stalking, attacking police, making death threats, and drug and racially motivated offence. Indeed, in Cheshire recently, my lords, the police faced an attempted murder suspect who was too young to go to the courts. So all of that, I take full account. But, my lords, I have to say, I have a sense of unease in raising the age of criminality from 10 years to 14 years. My noble friend Baroness Butler-Soss raised the case relating to 2-year-old James Bulger of February 1993. My lords, I needn't go into the full facts, but it suffices to say that in the shopping centre in Bootle, in Merseyside, a little boy, 2-year-old James Bulger, separated from his mother and was met by 2 other boys, 10-year-old John Venables and Robert Thompson. And they proceeded to take him away and eventually to a railway line where they committed the most horrendous murder on this little boy. My lords, following that, they were tried and convicted in November 1963, and in June 2001 were released from prison on licence. And Baroness Butler-Soss has dealt with their anonymity following their release. Now the record is, and I think this is very relevant, that Robert Thompson is not known to have been a reoffender, but not so with John Venables. He has been convicted of multiple convictions, including child pornography. He is currently in prison, and recently, I think in 2023, bail was refused because he still posed a danger and a risk to the public. My lords, as I've said, I've expressed my unease about this, and the only further comment I'll make on the horrendous case of relating to poor 2-year-old James Bulger is that they are not the only recorded crime of horrendous behaviour by young persons. I recall reading in the newspaper a recent murder of a pensioner, and I'm fairly sure that it was underage children who were responsible for that. I also recall reading in the newspapers of the murder of a homosexual in a public park. Again, as I recall correctly, I think underage children were involved, including a young girl. My Lords, the record of juvenile crime, I suggest, should be kept on the record. It was highly relevant to John Venables that it should be kept on the record. And my Lords, perhaps we could make an exception for the very serious crime that I've outlined to your Lordships. But one way or another, that record of criminality should remain.